Well, good morning. It's so good to see you guys here already. How about that? Boy, this is going to be an exciting live stream, kind of an experiment for me. Let's see, get this together here. Da, 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 da. And it's going to be exciting because I've got a lot of guests. Well, not a lot. I got 6 or 7 guests. Some of you know that I already set this up so that I invited some people. I left a comment in my comment section on my channel if you'd like to join the live stream live. The one thing about live streams I wish they had was the ability to automatically be able to click on somebody who is in the chat. I just click on their name and I have an option to put them on the screen. I'd love to be able to do that. I don't know. I don't think any of the streaming software does that, but boy, I'd like to do it anyway. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to invite some cool guests aboard. I'm going to say hi to them, and you'll get to see them in a minute here. But first of all, I want to see who's here this morning. Grandpa Chuck is here. Grandpa Chuck's going to be on the screen in a moment. Here's Matthew. Good to see you, Matthew. River Dog. Hey, River Dog. How you doing, buddy? Here's Pops. Pops Wisdom Talk. One of my best friends now on YouTube. Here's Mike's Adventure Sparks. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Ann, good to see you here. I don't know how much I'm going to get to the chat today because of interviewing the guests that I'm going to interview. So I want to make sure I say hi to everybody that's up here. Evie is going to be on with me in a couple of minutes. And but it's good to see you all here, man. The aging retiree. Oh man, all these guys. Oh, yeah, it's great. Okay, hang on a second. Let me look at this for a second. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. So let me do this. Let me bring aboard a cool lady that I met recently. Let me get it on a different screen here. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Sally, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Mike. It's so great to be here. Thanks so much.
Well, Sally, I'm going to try to get your screen up here. Hang on a second.
All righty.
So you go work through all these details. Where did it go? Here it is. Faith-based help for families hurt by alcoholism. While I've got your channel on the screen, Sally, tell us about your channel and a little bit about yourself and what you're up to.
Yes, thank you so much. I am a life coach, and the focus of my business and my channel is to help women who have suffered from growing up in alcoholism or addiction. So I help them work through the long-term effects of that. I was born straight into alcoholism and addiction. I like to say I came down the birth canal ready for alcoholism and addiction. And
oh, my word.
So I have 70 years of experience with it, and I've had numerous family members. So what we do is we help with a biblical formation using also some 12-step ideas. We work through the effects that has had on you and help you just come to peace with it and be able to get healed from that, because healing is available. The Lord can heal anything. There's nothing beyond his power to help. And then if you're living an active addiction, meaning with someone right now, or you're dealing with someone in your close inner circle that is struggling with addiction, we work on developing healthy boundaries that promote family peace and then point to recovery-oriented solutions instead of kind of going over the same thing over and over and over again. So that's what we work at.
So let me take a look at the channel here. You've been active for 8 months.
Yes, sir.
Popular video 246.
Yeah, I need to get my views up.
Well, let's go back. What is your I asked everybody to share with me a question. So, what is your one question that you have for me, Sally?
My 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 burning question is, how do I broaden my audience? How do I get my views up? I'm working on my packaging, my thumbnails, my intro, my hook, not rambling, just upping the quality of my videos as I go, and they get a little better every time I do one, I think. But I still find that I am in a low view. I don't want to say jail, but that's kind of how it feels sometimes.
Well, getting views right now is a bit of a challenge because of some of the changes that has made.
Okay.
Uh, the the I always advise people now uh, that I have to think in the long term.
Okay.
You've been on for 8 months. I can't see on this screen. How many subscribers do you have?
114.
114 for 8 months. Yeah, you should have more subscribers than that. I've watched some of your videos.
Thank you.
You are passionate. Uh, it may be that you're not yet connecting with people well enough with your. Let me take a look at your titles for a minute. As an adult child of alcoholism, I survived PTSD. Protect your children and break the addiction cycle. Alcoholism, violence, and Christian boundaries. The only problem I see with your titles, they're not really curiosity driven.
Okay.
It's a game that we have to play with YouTube. I wish we didn't have to do it that way, but from a viewer perspective, yeah, surviving childhood PTSD, the thumbnail is fine. Breaking the chain, I think that's fine. But breaking the chains, the title is Protect Your Children, Break the Addiction Cycle. Uh, I think I try to, I don't do it very well. We all struggle with this. Curiosity is what happens when you do this.
Okay.
The person has to think in their mind, what's the thing I have to do? Do this to break something. Yeah, you've got breaking the chain, and then in the title, break addiction site. So you're already telling them pretty much what your video is, but you aren't created enough curiosity, I think, maybe in your thumbnails and in your titles to generate that.
Okay.
And so if people aren't going to watch you, then they're not going to come back, and you
Right.
won't get the watch time. Uh, that's that's my initial takeaway of what I think you should do to. That's my.
Okay.
Hang on.
That sounds great.
That's
I will work on that.
you're going to work on that, huh? Okay.
Yes,
Well, be
definitely.
encouraged, Sally. I think you're doing great. You've got
Thank
a
you.
message. Oh man, the
Thank you so
message
much.
you have, and I've watched a few of your videos. They're really great. So
Thank you
stick
so
with it,
much.
okay?
I will. Thanks for
All
having
right.
me.
Okay, it's been fun. Now you can leave the back room and miss the donuts and all of that. You can still watch the live stream live, but if you want to run out and do something more exciting, you can do that.
So how do I leave the back room and watch your live stream?
I don't know. This is all new to me. Maybe
Okay.
you're going to be stuck in here for life. I don't know until I
Okay.
end it. All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah. All right. Hey, Boyd, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing, Mike? Thanks
I'm
for
doing
having me
good.
on.
Yeah, Boyd's from Thailand. I was in Thailand when I was in the Marine Corps, and I had had a great experience there. But I won't take his time with all of that. So Boyd, let's see, what's the name of your channel again? I got to get the right channel up here.
The, the freedom habit.
That's right, the Freedom app. And
It
I fear it's. Hang
yes.
on a minute. Hang on a minute.
And
Well,
my
I'm look.
wife Michelle and I. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, you go ahead and talk. Give an introduction, and I'll kind of find you up here and where I've got you at. Go ahead. There it
No,
is.
I was just going to say my wife and I started the channel because we overcame a 10-year opiate addiction in 2019. We finally just walked away from it. We slowly cut down and walked away from it. It started from us having legitimate reasons. Like I had 3 back surgeries. She was in a car accident. But then we just kept taking more and more. And then you start running out and you start getting sick from running out of the medicine, you know? And so we just decided we can't live like this anymore. And when we made those changes to our lives of breaking free from the pain medicine, we also moved to Thailand. And we learned a lot of things about breaking patterns in our lives and how our subconscious minds are set from the time from we're born to we're 7 years old, and just all that stuff that's put in us from the past. And so basically we teach people how to break patterns and habits and limited thinking and things like that. And I don't want to keep dragging on. I've written 2 books. One's called Living Beyond Childhood Trauma, and the other one's called Unleashing Destiny. And they're all about overcoming and understanding how our minds work and our
That's cool.
subconscious mind and
That's
stuff like
cool.
that.
You have
And they're both
you
on
have
Amazon and all that.
so you both
I'm sorry.
let's see. That's all right. So the channel has 831 subscribers, 212 videos. So you guys are pretty active with all of that. Let me look over here for a moment. And oldest video a year ago, popular
Yeah.
video. You got a video with 6,000 views. It's titled "Most People Use Visualization Wrong. Do This Instead." I like that title. Uh, Comparison titles really work good. I think those are cool. Now, your latest, it looks like you've moved over to using some AI for your thumbnails. Is that right?
Yes, we have. Our thumbnails are really generic looking, so we've stepped those up a notch for sure. So,
I will
do you
note
think
that
it's
a
better,
lot.
or should they be more
What?
simple? What do you think?
Let me look. I'm going to take a look here. One of the things I've noticed, several of the gurus that I follow have noticed the trend away from busy thumbnails. My thumbnails tend to be pretty busy, to something more similar like this one, "Goodbye Old Me." That's
Yes.
more generic and simple, but and you're getting that's a 2.3 score on vidIQ, so that's good. Let's see. For a second, let me look over here. You're not getting a lot of repeats on stuff, so I don't know. You
Yeah.
know, I'm I've experimented with this kind of thumbnail. I'm probably not going to do those too much in the future. I'm going to go back to sort of plain and simple. That one of the problems that AI does is they enhance. They automatically enhance your face. And I tell AI,
Yes.
do not, under any circumstances, enhance my face. So,
I
Boyd,
do the same thing. I say leave the picture the same, but you could put
you
things around me. But yeah, don't make exactly. It doesn't even look like you sometimes. It's
right.
yeah.
So, do you have a question that you want to ask me, Boyd?
What's one pattern of thinking that you've changed in your life that you think helped you the most?
On a personal level
Unless
or
that's too
YouTube?
tough.
On a personal
Either
level or
way,
YouTube?
whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay, ask the question one more time.
What's one pattern of thinking that you've changed in your life that you think has made your life better? Just better, easier, whatever.
Actually, it's an easy answer for me. Uh, in the past, I've been the kind of person that didn't listen to people. I still struggle with this, being a good listener. But 10 years ago, I started actively trying to do that. And I started with my wife. and I I consciously stop myself. I try to. I'm not perfect at it, but I consciously stop myself from thinking about what well, I think about what the person is saying, but I try to resist answering them in my head. So my brain is occupied with what I'm going to say back to somebody rather than hearing what they really say. And that's I for me that's a real challenge. But I think that's made the biggest difference in business, in my ministry life, and in my personal life. Does that make sense?
It certainly does. And I do that. My wife tells me that all the time. I think she's finished talking, and then I'll start talking, and she's like, I wasn't done yet. Because she speaks a little slower to me, and she'll hesitate, and I'm usually a pretty quick talker. So
Well, great. Hey, I hope everybody that's watching the live stream, I will put links to all of the people I interview today. I put when the live stream goes up on YouTube, I will add all the links to all of the channels that we're interviewing. But Boyd, it was really nice having you on, buddy. Okay.
thank you.
All right. Let me check over here in the chat just for a moment to see what's going on. Let's see. I got to try this feature. Okay, and see that opens in a totally different window. Whoops. And hang on, there it is. How do I reduce that? Well, well, I can see what's going on. I don't like that though. Man. Well, I'll figure it out eventually here. Okay, let me go down here really quick. Hey, there's KC. Hi, KC. Aging retiree. That wasn't the one I wanted. Casey, listening to your wife will always, Casey, you don't always have to agree with me, right? Yeah, it was Pops the other day, I think on our live stream that said that his wife was raising him well. So I don't know. I mean, all you guys are too much. Uh, okay. Let me get one of our other guests on. And let me get this off the screen. Milena, how you doing?
Hello, it's a pleasure to be on this live stream. Thank you for this opportunity, Mike.
Milena, where are you from?
I'm based in the UK, so it is evening here.
Evening here. Yeah, I forgot to mention, Boyd, it was after midnight in Thailand.
Exactly.
So we're covering the globe. So what's your channel name, Milena?
My channel name is the same as my name because I am a multi-genre composer and cellist. And I just released my beautiful first music album at age 50, in between stress and full-time job and menopause and exhaustion. And on my channel, I demonstrate how I practice the cello. I share my music and my creative journey. So my channel really is for adult cello learners, music lovers, and creative people who finally want to focus on their creative passions.
Wow, that's a lot. Let me get it on the screen here. Yeah, there you are. How about
there I
that?
am.
Yeah. So hang on a minute. Let's show people what you're up to. So, oh, I forgot. You know what? Let me see if I can't tell if that showed up or not. Give me a second here. Don't go away. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm watching over on my. Yeah, I did. Cool. All right.
Yes.
So you are a cellist.
I am.
So what do you want to do with your channel?
Well, I have been on this journey of wanting to release my own original music for about 5 years. and it has been exhausting. It has been exhilarating and exciting. It has been all sorts. My music is out, and it came out quietly because I wasn't ready with email marketing. I wasn't ready with a long list of things. So I kept quiet about it. And so I'm gradually getting everything sorted and gaining more visibility. And if you don't mind, I just want to quickly give a shout out to a wonderful, supportive Facebook group called Midlife Cellist. I basically told them I'm starting a YouTube channel. I have 0 subscribers. This is my first video that I'm going to post. It would mean a lot if you could check it out. And if you write comments, I will cherish them. And they were so amazing. So now, after 2 videos, I have 21 subscribers and many
cool.
likes. Yes, many likes and lots of engagement. So I'm delighted.
So what's your one question for me?
Yes, my question is, what I am aspiring to do is create a community. And I think you have accomplished that so beautifully, because in the comment sections of your videos, people are very kind and supportive towards one another. This is the kind of thing I'm hoping for my channel. I don't want to just post videos and be all about me, but I want to share my journey because I think it would be helpful to others. And I want my comment sections to be an exciting and comfortable and wonderful place for people to linger and to learn from one another and receive support from one another. So advice from you in regards to creating such a community.
Okay. So let me ask you, I watched both of your videos, parts of them. I'm not sure I watched all the way. Do you do any talking?
I will be. Yes. So the first video was really what I was ready to do. And
okay.
so
Let me stop you. Let me stop you. I'm sorry. Some people are freaking out. He's taking charge of the microphone. I don't mean to cut you off, but anyway.
No, don't worry.
Well, I am worried now. Now I feel bad. I did watch that video. The reason I stopped is because when you did start talking on that video, it was like you were in an echo chamber and the sound was bad. So did you have a mic on?
No, I didn't. And that was one thing that I had learned to not worry about. It was the first video. I didn't have a mic. Maybe on the third, I will have a mic. But if I waited to get a mic, I wouldn't have started. So that's why I felt I'll just do what I can do with what I've got.
Good for you. Yeah, don't wait around. You can go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So going forward, here's what I would love you to do to draw people in is people who are musicians or want to be musicians. They love to hear backstory. People love to hear my backstory of being on stage with Hoyt Axton at the Golden Bear back years ago at Huntington Beach. And so the backstory is really important. I would love you to give the backstory of the music you're playing and your own particular backstory. Not sure where it should fit in the video because I don't watch a lot of music channels, or maybe there are examples where people play the music and then talk, or talk and play the music. That I don't know. But you won't get the comments you'll get on just the music is, oh, I love your music, it's really great. As opposed to if you share your story, I went through this and I went through that, that will elicit comments about your story. And then you can build on that.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and I have planned to do that, so that will be done.
Good. All right. Well, it's great. Thank you for being part of the first crew to join the Monday group.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Right. So all you guys that are still backstage, hang on a minute. I got to go through this. There it is. So all you guys that are still backstage, when I get down to the end here, I'm already at 10:23. I'll bring you all back together and we'll all get on here and yak for a minute or two. Let me see what's going on here. Would love to hear Millennia's. Crack me up. See, we all of us people think the same. Yeah, her backstory, I bet, is really intriguing. I want to hear that too. Let's see who else is here. Catherine is here. I'm about to walk. We'll check in a bit. Wait a minute. Did you put in a permission slip to go walking during the live stream? Well, you can take us with us, I suppose. Okay. I don't want you guys to feel totally alone in there. But here's one of my favorite guys. David. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, Mike, and I thank you so much for bringing me on right after an accomplished cellist with clear aspirations for YouTube. I appreciate that.
Well, I didn't plan it that way, but so what instrument do you play, Dave?
I play the radio.
You play the radio. Oh, you're too much, man. As you can tell, Dave is a friend of mine, and we know each other from school and in a lot of other places. Let me see if I can find where you're at here. Here it is. I was giving him trouble earlier today about the Popsy guy thing. Mm-hmm. All right, Dave. Tell us about your channel and what you're doing. I love your channel. I love your personality. Oh, Mr. Laid Back, walk on the beach, walk and talk. If I walk and talk, I'm falling over. So tell us about your channel.
Well, it's an evolution, Mike. You know, when I first started, I've been on YouTube almost a year and a half now. I think it's 17 months, whatever. And just like Milena, it's just pick up the phone, turn on the record, and make it happen. And so the evolution has been just, I started out because I've got decades of experience as a retail financial advisor. So my first videos were that, but I wanted also to have some type of legacy for my grandkids. So I was a mess. I was going from this to that. And I was concerned about the fact that the technical things about advice, people weren't watching. So fast forward, the reason that I've changed again, and I think everybody that's been on a YouTube journey can understand that it's not, I'm going to do this forever. I've found that in this short period of time, I'm doing this, but I can do this better. And then I start evolving into a different direction. So the channel now is really relying on my decades of experience in the financial advisory world. I was a certified financial planner, had other designations. But what I learned inside the business, having run my own shop, that people spend more time planning a vacation than they do picking the right financial advisor. So I'm starting to create a expertise around helping people pick the right financial advisor, not recommending financial advisors, but using tools that I've created to help them understand that when you're sitting down with somebody to give you financial advice, there's a really good chance you don't know that much about money, but they do. And they spend most of their time interviewing you to see if you're a good fit. I'm turning that upside down.
Yeah, Dave has a great resource. I think you can get it for free. You've got a link in your videos, right? You can get that for free.
Right.
And it tells you how to hire a financial advisor. I mean, that's brilliant. By the way, this video right here, this last video, realized Gen X and boomers were sold. That is such a great video. And look at the it's already a 26x, 4.2 thousand views. Let's see, where are you at here? You've got 989. Hey, everybody that's watching this video, you go subscribe to Hanging Out with Popsy Guy. Let's get him over those over the 1,000 subscribers.
That'd be good.
But tell us about this video. It's cool, man. I love this video.
Well, I appreciate that. And I use a lot of what you're talking about in your videos and in your live streams. And this one, what I wanted to do is just to be a little bit more controversial than my other ones. Just again, as I said, it's an evolution. We're always experimenting. Like this live is an experiment, just to see against the other thumbnails that I've done to see how it works. And well, it worked. And I remember years ago, somebody said to me, they were trying to get ink on the, the newspaper. They were trying to get their name out there. They wanted to be famous. And they said, I don't care what you write about me, just spell my name right. And so I wanted to use.
Yeah. So here's my view of this. This is obviously an AI thumbnail.
Correct.
And it's a departure pretty much from all the other stuff. I don't think that's the success of the video, frankly. I think the success, and unfortunately, the word scam in there to me, I'm colorblind, so I have a red-green deficiency or blue-green. I don't know what it is, but the scam doesn't stand out. I would have rather see the scam in yellow. I think the retirement is a scam. That's the hook on that video. I mean, you could put that up there without your face, which is part of your brand, and that would also, the title is great. 3 Lies Gen X. Oh, that's a great title. So enough on that. So tell me, Dave, what one thing do you want to ask me? Okay.
I've struggled with this one thing since you created this. What do I ask old Mike? Right? I mean, there's years of experience and wisdom that I can draw on, but I'm going to keep it in the YouTube vein.
Okay. Because
I want to ultimately build a business. Now, you've been clear about saying this is a part-time business for you because you're a full-time caretaker. I want to make it a part-time but successful revenue generator, and for the simple fact that when I become Medicare age, I'll have to pay Part B premiums. I'll have all kinds of deductions from my Social Security. So I want supplemental income. I've got, I believe, something that's a little bit unique in the niche. When is a good time to reach out to potential sponsors?
So one indication is when you start getting tons of emails to do collaborations, it means that the people that are looking to do that, you've risen to a level to that you've reached what's the word I want? An awareness level of the people that are trying to do that. The other thing, probably more important than that, though, is the trust factor. When do you let something go? As you know, you're a part of my new school, which is $5 a month. I started that. I wanted to do that 6 months ago. A lot of things I wanted to do earlier, but you have to build, I think, the trust factor. The 3 sponsors that I have had, there was a trust factor involved. I fit their demographic and whatever. But I think from a channel perspective, if whatever you're going to sell or not sell that you want people to watch or click on, they've got to be able to trust you. And you already have a real, in my mind anyway, a high level trust factor because of your personality, the way that you talk, you're down to earth. Sort of the rule of thumb, a lot of people say you can do it with no subscribers. I think between 1,000 and 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers and a sufficient amount of comments that are coming into your channel, that becomes attractive to sponsors and collaborators. My collaboration with, I still have a couple of collaborations that are in place, but I fit the demographics of those people. But the reason they work is because the people trust me and trust my recommendation. I think you're already at the place where you could probably start doing that because your trust factor is up there at the 8, 9, 10 level.
Well,
does that make sense?
That. It does,
Yeah.
and that's really good, helpful advice. I appreciate it, Mike.
All right. Don't go away. I'll bring you all back on at the end, okay? Unless you got to go. I don't know. Yeah, you did that.
I ate all the donuts, so I'm good.
Oh, brother. I knew you would. All right, buddy. Here's a new friend of mine, Evie, and I just discovered her channel recently. Evie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so glad you've been so patient to be. I've got one more sitting in the back room. You guys are really patient. I don't know how you do it, but
Well, we're just listening, just like we would normally listen.
yeah, there you go. So, Evie, tell us about your channel. I'm going to try to bring it up here in a minute. Go ahead.
I started my channel about 15 months ago, and I retired. This month will be 12 months ago, so 1 year. And this was my retirement hobby. And I started it off with talking about retirement. Unfortunately, people thought I was talking about financial, and
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't. So I then I did some shopping and I did some walk and talks, and I couldn't really stick with anything. Certainly I couldn't do a lot of shopping because that costs money, right? And I ended up finding watercolor the end of December, and that has opened a whole new world up for me. I mean, it's probably the first hobby I've had in I don't remember how long. And so I've noticed some things with my thumbnails, and that is that if I just let YouTube pick, I don't get any more or less views than if I go in through Canva and struggle to try to make one that's eye-catching. So that's brought a lot of calmness to me, because that was always the hardest part for me. Was I could do the title, I could do the video, but I couldn't get a thumbnail I was happy with.
Well,
And
go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm looking at your channel right now. These videos, your most recent ones, are getting 1 view an hour. Anytime any video continues to get any views after they've been up for any amount of time is good. So, it's not a lot of views, and your thumbnails are pretty much it's they're not elaborate. Let me go back here. I think your channel is like how many? It's 1 year. Your early videos, you're just letting YouTube pick your thumbnails there. Oh, I remember this video. Yeah, you got a viral video. I forgot about that. 44,000 views. Today was my last day. That's a great video. But right now, you've shifted over to the photography. Now, the pool resurfacing? Why did you do that video in the in the middle of all of your art stuff?
Well, I've said from the beginning that this is a hobby. It wasn't supposed to be like a moneymaker. And the community is fantastic. I look forward to YouTube every day. It's just whether I mean, look how many videos I have.
I
I
know.
have 553 videos, and I've thought about putting some of the older ones to private, and I might, private my pool resurfacing. It was a big deal to me. We had plumbing maybe last fall where they had to, dig up, and it's thousands of dollars to go out to the street and fix all this stuff. So it's part of who I am, and
okay, that's cool.
So,
That's
yeah,
cool.
I mean, it could be put private later.
So don't ever private anything unless it's an embarrassment or something, because you lose the numbers. If you unlist something, you don't lose. So you don't lose the watch time hours. That's what I'm trying. If you make something private, then I think I'm right on this. Then you lose the watch time hours. I never delete anything, and I never private very many things, but I will unlist them. So what's your question you have for me, Evie?
Well, I've said from the beginning, this was just going to be a hobby. I wasn't trying to, monetize my channel, although it's fun to grow. It's fun to get subscribers and invite people into the community and find out that, this person belongs to this community. And, it's just like this big tree and these branches go off, and we kind of gently come in toward the trunk, and it just keeps growing. But I did meet the 1,000 or 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours about a month ago.
Okay.
And I still haven't filled out the paperwork to, I guess that's what you would call it, the forms to become monetized. And my husband said, well, maybe that's why YouTube is not pushing your videos out, because you're not following the steps that they want you to follow. And so I don't know if that's true or not. And I kind of started to go through it, and it's really confusing. It looks pretty difficult to go through. I don't know how to do it.
Okay, so first of all, go to YouTube, look for videos on how to, complete the AdSense requirements and sign up. Basically, you create a new account. You do this in Google, not in YouTube. You have to have a Google
Okay.
AdSense account. So you set
Okay.
up the Google AdSense account, and if you will get your partner email. You probably already got that, and there are places you can click on that in that email to go there. But yeah, you have to go through that process, and it's complicated. You got to have tax information, phone number, address, all the things. So they want to verify who you
Right.
really are, and then they will. Not sure it's YouTube. I think Google sends you a postcard. So you have to wait until the postcard comes. And when you
Okay.
use that postcard to go back into the account and you press in those numbers, don't hit send until you make sure they're correct. You push in those numbers, and then that gets you into the program. And so
Okay.
you are right. It's a complicated and not easy. And a lot of the people that are getting demonetized on YouTube right now, they have to go back through the entire process all over again. Their AdSense account is deleted, and they are demonetized, and they have to start all over again. That's why so many people are complaining about that. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's a real bummer. I think you've got a great channel, Evie, and I think you're going to do well. You've already done well. You're already monetized, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate getting to come on here and say hello. And I just wanted to say to other people that might be starting out and struggling, is I think it's a constant struggle, no matter how many subscribers you have or how many videos you have. We always reach another threshold of learning something new. I'm saying this to you, Mike, at what are you, 64,000
No,
subscribers
no,
now?
I'm about 43, 44, something like that.
Okay, I transposed the numbers. Maybe it was 46 that I saw. But if you choose something that makes you truly happy, that you're truly passionate about, you can keep going with it. It doesn't feel like
Yes.
work. It feels like fun. And
Yeah.
I've said this before, but I think it's really important. And that is that a lot of times it's easy to feel like this should be going somewhere. I've got a lot of great information, or I'm having so much fun. I want to share it, whatever it is. But when we bring a new baby home from the hospital, even though that's been a lot of years ago, we cherish this baby and we nurture the baby, and we're patient, and we take all the time with it that the baby requires. And we don't expect it, a week old, to get up and walk away. We're still taking care of the baby. And
Right.
that's kind of what the channel is like. Is it's like our baby, and it needs a lot of care. And before it can walk, before it can run, before it can do things on its own. And I just want to say, keep going. If it's something you love, keep going, and the rewards will just come back. By the people you meet alone, it makes it completely worthwhile, the interaction that you get. And I mean, look at this. I'm getting to talk to Mike. Everybody loves Mike. And so just keep going, asking questions. I'm on a panel every Friday night, and I invited Kevin Colby to come on. I just sent him an email and said, hey, we're small, but we'd love to get you on and talk to you. And he said, sure. And he came on. Ask the people that you admire to have a chat with you, to have an email with you. And I don't know, the whole thing is completely rewarding. Even at 1,000 subscribers, I'm having a ball, and I'm not going anywhere.
Evie, you have inspired so many people over the last 2 minutes of what you have shared.
Thank you.
No, I'm looking over into the comments here. I even had Scott in here. Getting there is more fun than getting there. See, Scott always comes up with things I never understand. I have to go to the dictionary and figure them out.
But we never
But if,
get there with YouTube. That's the thing. That's why it's so fun. The sky's the limit.
yeah, well, your baby illustration, I may borrow that or steal it sometime. I think that is great. I think back, the reason it's great, the first so you wait 9 months. I spent some time trying to set my channel up. That's maybe equivalent to that. But then when the baby's here, I mean, you don't go put him on a tricycle right away. And yet
Right.
so many of us that got YouTube channels, we want to be riding the motorcycle on the third day or something like that, you know? But that's a great illustration. Nurturing, bottle feed. I need to bottle feed my channel.
Well, that's even like when we're talking about being in faith, you know, are we still drinking the baby's milk or can we eat solid food in our faith with God?
Yeah, yeah.
So the other thing is too, is when you reach out to your community and you're active in other people's comments and you form friendships and you can say, hey, how did this look to you? No matter what your content is about, how does this look to you? What suggestions do you have for me? And you
Yeah.
can all work together to make each other better.
Amen. Well, I don't mean to make it church, but amen anyway.
That's right.
All right, Evie. Hey, it's great having you on. I may bring you back sometime for a longer interview. You've got a lot of insights.
Oh, I would love it.
Not that all my other guests haven't, but it was fun talking to you. I got to move on because Chuck's gonna get. I saved Chuck to the last, and I don't want him to get too disappointed in what's going on. Let me look over in the chat room for just a moment. Had a lot of wonderful people in here talking about all of this. Oh my word. Yeah. Solo retired life. Boy, I love to see all these guys in here. Yeah, everybody loved you, Evie. Everybody loved you. My word. Look at all these. You're getting all the good shout outs. That is really cool. So let me bring my buddy Grandpa Chuck in here. Now, Chuck, you've been waiting around the longest. You had time to go out and make breakfast and run to the filling station and back, waiting to get online.
I have, and I want to thank you for bringing me on after Evie. Like I can top that. That was fantastic.
Wasn't it great? Oh my word!
I love the clarity that she has for understanding the YouTube journey. And the baby example was phenomenal. I'm blown away, Evie. You've got it together.
Yeah.
I really.
So I don't know. Maybe this experiment that I'm doing with inviting people on is going to be good. Maybe I'll do this more often. I have loved every person that came on. A couple of the people like Chuck I've known and Dave I've known, but the rest are Boyd and Michelle. I've watched their channel before, but I have had interaction with Chuck and Dave and whatever. But this has been really great, and I love it. And there's a lot of great reaction in the chat room. The only difference is I'm not bringing up the chat room stuff as much. But so, Chuck, tell us about your channel, buddy.
Well, when I retired, I decided that something always bothered me about life. When I would go to a funeral of a loved one or a friend, especially somebody that really had a lot of knowledge, and I thought, this is such a waste. Now, I know nothing is ever wasted in this life. It's just converted to something else. But when a person has lived 70 years, and at the time it wasn't 70, it was 68, but there's a certain amount of knowledge. Now, whether it's wise advice or not, I don't know. But you pass that along to the younger generation. And I looked around, and frankly, some of the younger generation, they haven't had anyone to look to ask for advice. Now,
Okay.
I don't think I'm all that smart. I'm just an average guy that has happened to live into my 70s. And I I did not deserve longevity. I was not the kind of man that I would say you deserve to live 70 plus. But God's got me here, so I ain't
Boy,
done.
that's a
So
tough one. Tough one, Jack. I feel like jumping in about deserving. Uh, the truth is, uh, the way I look at it, nobody deserves anything. I'm looking at it from my Christian's perspective. It's all a matter of grace. Matter of fact, the other day I was thinking to myself, how did I live to be 82? How did the people around me that I know, so many of them, I know a lot of people in their 90s, a couple of that are 100, and yet I've lost so many of my friends also. But uh, I don't think it's a matter of deserving. I don't know, it's in God's hands
yeah,
when we die. That's how I look at it. But you deserve, I think, Chuck, you deserve right where you are today to fulfill your purpose. And I think that's what you were saying in your introduction to your channel. You're
yeah,
fulfilling a purpose.
yeah. I said a long time ago, somebody asked me that what do I consider a successful video? And I said, if it touches one person
Yeah.
and helps them, that video was a success. If it has 5 views, if it had 1 view, but it hit the right person.
Yeah.
Now, that's not the way YouTube sees it, but that's the way I see it. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes God says, okay, buddy, you tell people you believe that. Let's just see how tough you are.
Yeah. Right.
And so he gives me a bunch of 1 view videos.
Well,
That's not true. I'm doing much, much better now. But the
well,
point is, when we make a bold statement like that, sometimes God has to grab you by the shoulder and say, son, you want to be careful when you make these kind of statements.
yeah, that's for
And
sure. Yeah, and a lot of times the things we say, I think God puts us to the test. I don't care how many I get. As long as there's one. Okay, you want one, you got one. I don't know,
so you met your
but
goal.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
But
told
but I
somebody recent I
go
told
ahead.
somebody recently that knew I had made that statement. They said, "But if you only reach one, how do you know there's not 10 others that need to see it?" I said, "And
Yeah,
that's why I try to optimize and do all the things that to get more views. It's not because I want more views. I just want the exposure in case there's someone else that needs to see it."
look at this.
And
Go ahead. You're not done.
no, that's fine. Go ahead.
So I've got your video up here. This one, can't turn it off. This is your most viewed video. I love this. I love the thumbnail. I think that this thumbnail is really great. Words stand out really well. But the title, I used to worry about everything until I realized this. I mean, that's a great curiosity kind of title. I love that. That's really cool. So Chuck, what's your one question you want to ask?
Well, I've thought about this a lot, but what's the one thing I wrote it down so I'd get it right? What's the one thing you would tell your 20-year-old self if you could go back in time? Knowing what you know now, what kind of advice would you give to yourself?
I actually get this. I get asked this question a lot. I don't. I guess this is a burning question. Is it because when we get to a certain point in life, we start reflecting on it? I don't know. Uh, I think the one thing that I would tell my, let's say, 20-year-old self, especially, would be that kind of what I mentioned in one of the other to one of the other participants. Listen, uh, learn non-judgmental response. Learn how to respond to people in a non-judgmental way. I think that would have kept me out of a lot of trouble. I think the other thing I would say, and it's hard for somebody in their 20s, I think, or whatever. You're very self-centered. I was very self-centered, self-determined, yes, but self-centered. So I think to sum it up, I would say, shut up, listen up, and learn. Does that make sense, Chuck?
Absolutely.
Oh man.
I said mine would be not to rush through life, accept God's plan for what it is, and don't try to change it because it's just going to fall apart. Just
Yeah.
be patient. And I'm not a patient man. When my wife agreed to marry me, she said, "I understand you're not a patient man." And I think that she was trying to tell me my biggest flaw.
Wow.
And so I'm trying to be more patient, but I'm a man, and men aren't that patient.
Let's see. We got some.
I told somebody recently. I said, I apologize if it seems like I'm not that patient. I was waiting for a procedure at the hospital.
Uh-huh.
It's just I spent too long in the military standing in line, and so waiting is not something a veteran really enjoys.
No.
We
Hurry
do
up
it.
and hurry
Yeah.
up and wait. That was the motto.
Yeah.
We got some comments here. Let me put some of these on screen in regards to your question. Springboard Voice says, I would have told my younger self about the Amazon IPO. This is like Back to the Future, who won the World Series. No, it's not actually just a bookstore. Oh man, you need 1,000 subs before you really start promoting your channel. You see, I got to find some of these here. I'd say stop the mess. You deserve better. Well, Lord, and that could be true. I don't know. Let's see. Isn't that what this form is for talking? I don't understand that comment. Well, I'm jumping into some of the things that people say. Very good, meaningful advice there, Mike. Very well shared. Well, I don't know whether my advice is all that great. Anyway, okay, guys that are backstage, get ready. You're coming on stage all of a sudden. Whoa, look at that. We're all together. The happy crew that was on. Now we lost Sally. Sally had to bail. She had a busy day. But so what do you think, guys? How did this go? Would you do this again?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think we should
Yeah, I
have
think
a
it was worthwhile.
reunion in the autumn.
Say it again, Milena. What did you say?
I suggest that we have a reunion in the autumn so that
a reunion. Oh,
yes, so that
sounds
you
good.
check how we've improved and
There you
how
go.
we've implemented your advice and all the rest.
So let's start with David. That's Pop's guy there in the bottom right. So let's go around the room. David, what did you like most about this grand adventure experiment?
I like learning people's backstories, how they came to YouTube, and what they're doing to help. I think, like Chuck said, just that one person.
That's cool. Milena, what about you?
I'm just thrilled to be amongst people who have started before me, and I took notes, and I'm just bathing in this delight. This is just, it has been fantastic. I'm so grateful to be on.
Well, Milena, you're the kind of person I think when you walk into a room, I think you light the room up.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you.
No, I think so. Yeah, it's a delight. So, Boyd, I'm sorry we didn't get to see Michelle, but maybe next time we'll get her. So, Boyd, what about you? What'd you think?
Yeah. First of all, she goes to bed early. I really enjoyed it.
Go ahead.
What's that?
I said
No.
I
I was just going to say
early in the morning for you. Go ahead.
Early. But I enjoyed just we're all on different journeys. We all have different amounts of followers or subscribers or whatever. And we're people into music, people into all kinds of different things. It was just nice to hear everybody share. And Evie's inspirational talk was just amazing. I think was her name Evie, or did I
Yeah,
say
it's
that?
Evie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll have to
I
put this.
enjoyed everybody, but she just really, it was nice, and it was a great time. Thank you
Great.
for having me.
So
Thank you,
Evie,
boys.
you're up. What did you like about it most?
I really enjoyed it because we all came from different areas. It didn't have a theme, like a channel theme. I don't know. Have you ever been like in a public place and you think of like a movie where something devastating happens and there's like 6, 8, 10 people and they all have to get to know each other and work together to
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah.
And so we are all thrown together from just like random. There was a post, we responded to the post, and everybody's channel is very different. Everybody's very different. And that is the flavor of life. Everybody is different, and we can all learn from each other and enjoy each other because we are not all the same.
So Evie, what I'm hearing you say that everybody needs to be stuck in an elevator at least once in their life with about 10 other people. That would probably change your life, right?
It will. Now, back in 1993, I was 30 years old and I had started a new job and I had to go with my supervisor for training. We're in a hotel from a conference and the elevator lights go out and it stutters.
Oh, no.
And then it turns back on and I said, "Oh my gosh, have you ever been stuck in an elevator before?" And he goes,
no.
No, not against my will. And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I asked that question."
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, Grandpa Chuck, let's move to you. You're always at the end of the stick, buddy. What about you? What did you think of today?
I thought it was fantastic. What I loved is the same feel that I get when I go to your school, Mike. And I'm not trying to turn this into a plug for your school, but I think it's vital that YouTube creators find people, like-minded people that uplift you, make you feel better, and help get you out of what can be the YouTube rut of just chasing views and get you focused back again to what everyone in this group shares one thing. We just want to help people.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
That's my take on it.
Amen.
Well, great. This has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. Community is so important. I started off, I think the first month I had my channel, I joined Alexa Saranoya's school. She only had about 500 members then, but that experience in the school was really helpful, and that it does make a difference. And just seeing us on the screen together, people from different backgrounds, walks of life, maybe ideologies, whatever. The one commonality, we all have something invested into YouTube, and we're bringing our life into that platform, and we're exposing ourselves. I put it that way. You're exposing yourself to the entire world. Milenia's on there with her cello. Pop's out there. I'm sorry. David's out there walking around on the beach talking about all kinds of financial stuff. Boyd's in Thailand talking about how to get your life together. Chuck, he's giving his wisdom advice, and Evie's in there trying to encourage us all. I think it's great. Hey, guys, thank you so much for all of you being on today. I'm going to end the live stream. Let me take a look over here, see what's going on. Well, there's Scott. He says, "I'm too cool for school." Hey, you're too cool for a lot of things, Scott. I don't know. Let's see if we got any other. Yes, Grandpa Chuck, I agree. Community is so important. All of you guys that were here today in the chat, I apologize that I didn't get a chance to get to everybody. Here's another Millennia. I am so happy to be a part of Mike's school YouTubers community. If you guys are interested in my school, I have a link down in the description to go there. I'd like to get Milena on camera here sometime too. Just a lot of nice people, and let's take a look. This is much better than the guru space. I love it. Real people, real struggles, real stories. You get a ton of more insight from reality. I think I'll end on that comment. Thank
Good.
you, Spring
Thank you so much, Mike.
Board Voice. That was really good. Okay, guys, you have a wonderful
Mike.
rest of the week, and
Bye.
it was great to see you all.
Thanks, Mike.
We'll catch up next time. All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank